Good morning, children. You must have read this lesson again and again. Glimpses of the past. This lesson is going on. This lesson has already been taught to you in your previous classes. We have already discussed questions for comprehension check. We have already discussed 4 questions in working with the text. Now there are remaining exercises which must be discussed with you. Question number 5 is there for discussion. Question 5 has 4 questions. First, name these people. First, the ruler who fought peace battles against the British and died fighting. Do you remember? He was Tipu Sultan of Mysore. Question number 2. The person who wanted to reform the society. Do you remember? Who was the person who wanted to reform the society? No doubt, he was Ram Mohan Rai of Bengal. Question number 3. The person who recommended the introduction of English education in India. Do you remember the person who recommended during year 1935 the introduction of English education in India? He was Lord Macaulay. Be careful about spelling of Macaulay, Lord Macaulay. Fourth, 2 popular leaders who led the revolt. Choice may vary. Do you remember Nana Sahab? Do you remember a person or a leader of Bihar? He was Kunwar Singh. Do you remember other person? चमक उठी सन 57 में वह तलवार पुरानी थी. A poem written by Subhadra Kumari Chauhan. Yes, she was Rani Lakshmi Bai. Question number 6. Mention the following. First, 2 examples of social practices prevailing then. Crossing of sea can lose the religion. This was a social practice. People of India were thinking that crossing of sea can lose the religion. Second one is women are the cause of human suffering. I think you can do this. Second of sixth question. Two oppressive policies of the British. Two oppressive policies of the British. First, heavy taxes on peasants. You can say heavy taxes on farmers. Second, putting Indians behind bars. Putting Indians in jail without trial in the court. Okay. Now third of sixth question. Two ways in which common people suffered. First, Indian farmers abandoned their fields, left their fields because of heavy taxes. Second, British allowed goods which were manufactured in England without import duty. On the other side, they put heavy taxes on Indian goods or the goods which were produced in India. Fourth, four reasons for the discontent that led to the 1857 War of Independence. You can easily remember the East India Company ruined, destroyed Indian industries. Second, the use of grease on bullets, which was made of the fats of cows and pigs. This was the second reason. Third one is the Indians felt slaves themselves in their own country. And fourth one, British tortured Indian princes. Dear children, you have to try by yourself to write the answer of these questions. Okay? Next question, working with language. In comics, what the characters speak is put in bubbles. Okay? Just you have seen in the lesson. This is direct narration. It is called direct narration or direct speech. When we report what the characters speak, we use the method of indirect narration or it is called indirect speech. What has been given here? Study these examples. First, farmer. Why are your men taking away the entire crop? Second, farmer. Your men have taken away everything. Officer is telling. You are still in arrears. If you don't pay tax next week, I will send you to jail. Dear children, these three sentences are there in direct speech. It is called direct narration. these three sentences has been changed into indirect narration. First is, the first farmer asked the officer why his men were taking away the entire crop. You can mark the changes in the first. In direct speech, there is a question, but in indirect, no question is there. Uh, the word asked has been added here. The first farmer asked the officer, okay, why his men were taking away the entire crop. Now you see the second question. Second farmer, this is direct speech. Second farmer, your men have taken away everything. In the indirect speech, this has been written. The second farmer said that their men had taken away everything. Okay. You see the first one, the direct narration officer. You are still in arrears. If you don't pay tax next week, I will send you to jail. The indirect narration of the sentence is there written here. The officer replied that they were still in arrears and warned them that if they did not pay tax the following week, he would send them to jail. Dear children, there are two exercises. First one is change the following sentences into indirect speech or indirect narration. First man, we must educate our brothers. Second man, and try to improve their material conditions. Third man, for that we must convey our grievances to the British Parliament. There is a help for you. The first man said that they must educate their brothers. Okay. Next, the second man added that they must try to improve their material conditions also. The third man suggested that for that they must convey their grievances to the British Parliament. In the same way, you can do the second exercise by yourself. Next exercise, speaking and writing. Play act the role of farmers who have grievances against the policies of the government. Rewrite their speech bubbles in dialogue form first. You can do this by yourself. Question number 2. Look at the pictures. You see a fox in the well. Read this. Fox accidentally falls into a well. In the second picture, you see she wants to come out but unable to come out. The fox tells, how do I get out of water? Now you see the third picture. A goat comes near, near the well and asks the fox, "Hello, is this water sweet?" Perhaps goat is thirsty. So she asked the fox. In the next picture, the fox replies, "Too sweet," means water is too sweet. "I have had so much, I might faint." Now the goat wants to taste the water because she is thirsty. She tells, "Let me taste it." And she jumps in the well. Now she starts to drink water. At the same time, the fox climbs on the back of the goat and comes out of the well. You see, fox tells, "Thanks for the help. Come out when you can," and goes away. You see, the goat is there in the well. Now she wants to come out of the water, but she cannot come. She tells, she remembers her mother saying, "My mother used to say, be careful how you take the advice of people you don't know." Dear children, there are certain questions in first part of this question. Ask one another questions about the pictures. I think you can answer by yourself. Questions are very simple. Where is the fox? Can you answer? Can you answer? Where is the fox? The fox is inside the well. Next question. How did it happen? It happened accidentally because this has been given in the picture. Next question. What is the fox thinking? The fox is thinking how to get out of the water, to get out of the well. Next, who is the visitor? You can easily say the goat is the visitor. Question. Next question. What does she want to know? Means goat wants to know. She wants to know if the water is sweet. Next question. What is the fox reply? You can say the fox reply is that the water is too sweet and he might faint. What happens next? Everyone knows. The goat jumps into the well. Next question is, where is the goat? The goat is in the well now. Next question, where is the fox now? The fox is out of the well now. And last question, what is the goat thinking? The goat is thinking to come out of the well. So if you answer these questions by yourself, you can easily answer question number 2. What is the question? Write the story in your own words. Give it a title. What is the title? A clever fox. Now, question number 3. Read the following news item. History becomes fun at this school, Mumbai. Students in the 6th grade of a certain school in Navi Mumbai love their history lessons thanks to a novel teaching aid. It is not surprising given the fact that their study material includes comic books and they use their textbooks for reference to put things into perspective. Besides, students are encouraged to tap other sources of information as well. During history classes, students pore over comic strips of historical periods, enact characters of emperors and tyrants, and have animated discussions on the subject. History has become fun. In the class, students are asked to read the comic stripe aloud, after which they break up into groups of 4, discuss what they have heard, and write a summary. Each group leader reads his group's summary aloud, and the whole class jumps into discussion and debate, adding points, disagreeing, and qualifying points of view. A 6th grade student says it is a lot of fun because everyone gets a chance to express themselves and the summary takes everyone's ideas into account. According to the school principal, the comic strips, format, and visuals appeal to students. A historian feels that using comics in schools is a great idea. Comics and acting help students understand what characters in the story are actually thinking. Adapted from The Times of India, New Delhi, October 2007. Dear children, this is now there is a question for you based on this news item. Write a paragraph on what you think about this new method of teaching history. I think you can do this. Only you have to try this. Okay, thank you.